What's crack-a-lackin', ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to yet again another video. Today is completely different. Clearly I'm in a room. Clearly the title of this video states everything you need to know about the Cheater Swimbait, and that's precisely what I'm going to show you guys. I've never done one like this. It's a little bit of a voiceover over a ton of footage that I've compiled together. So if you really like today's video, please let me know in the comments. And let's roll right into this. I got my laptop in front of me, so I'm gonna be looking down. I'm gonna zoom myself down and then tuck myself into the corner now. And we're gonna get into this video. Today's video begins with how to rig the Cheater Swimbait. So right here we have the Cheater Swimbait. This is the kind of the tube that it comes in. This is kind of what you can expect when you receive your bait. This is a 6-inch Cheater Swimbait. There is a 5-inch version. I personally don't throw the 5-inch version just because I prefer the bigger bait. You pop open the lid, you pull out your bait, you take a nice new look at it. Looks nice and juicy. This is a silicone bait, might I add, so it's very durable, well worth the price that you're gonna pay for it, because it's not gonna just last one fish. If you take a look at the bait, right underneath the chin, you have a hole where your screw lock goes into. Right underneath, right there where I'm pointing at, and then right below, right in the middle of the belly, that's where the shank of the hook, or that's where the hook point goes through, and then you slide it up and out the back. And we'll do a little rigging right now. I just kind of want to show you guys the bait. This is the cage fish, and this is the 8/0 owner beast hook that goes with the 6-inch bait. I do weightless. It's my favorite way to throw the Cheater Swimbait. You guys can get other hooks, but I recommend the beast hook. And then so right here, you guys notice 6-inch Cheater equals 8/0 beast hook, 5-inch Cheater equals 6/0 beast hook. So right here, we're gonna rig the bait. You're gonna take that point of the screw lock and put it inside that little hole, or that little marker under the chin. And you gotta hold it firm because it's silicone, so it's gonna be a little bit more difficult to do this versus plastisol. And you're gonna push it all the way down to the nub of that screw lock, and then you're gonna give it one good twist, and once you feel it catch, then you should be ready to rock and roll. Everything should be easy from there. Start spinning the bait. You gotta adjust a little bit because since it is silicone, you're gonna get a little bit more resistance, so you wanna actually firmly screw that screw lock inside without any fear. It's not gonna rip. Once you get it down to the nub, I get mine down as close to the nub as I can. That's just my personal preference. That's how I recommend to do it as well, just so you don't catch anything. And see how straight that is, or as straight as I could possibly get it. I'm holding it crooked though. But that's what you do right there underneath that chin, or that's what you do with the screw lock. Then you take your hook, you line it up. Instead of having to line it up and guess, that part of the job is already done for you with that center hole in the belly. And then you take the point of the hook and you bend the bait at the same time, just like so. You slide that hook up into the back and then out, and it comes out perfectly straight every time, just like that. And we'll take a look at the bait right now. Fix that hook. I don't recommend to bend the hook out because that hook is supposed to be tucked in and away on the back. I'll show you guys right now, just like that, so that way you don't, it's weedless. It makes it a lot more weedless. The bait looks flawless right there. That's what it should look like every time you rig your guys' lure. I mean, just look at that, looks scrumptious. Watch me touch the top right here. That should be smooth right there, so that way when the fish squeezes down, the hook will become exposed, and then you guys will obviously set the hook and then catch a fish. So this next part of the video goes into how the bait swims. This is how the Cheater Swimbait is supposed to be swam, so that way when you're casting out or skipping out, you guys can get your cadence down. And this is what it should look like. This color right here is the magical pink flute, one of my favorite colors ever. Just because right now, as you see it swimming in the sun, it is absolutely just glimmering all kinds of colors. It's right on top of the surface, creating a little V-like, just like so, on the retrieve. And if you notice, 2 fish actually follow where the red arrows are, right behind the lure. But see how you get that little V action on top? That's exactly what you want to shoot for every single time, just because it's a topwater swim bait and that's what it's supposed to be. That's how it's supposed to be used. You guys could do it differently, but this is how I prefer to do it. If you take a look at the right side of the screen, you guys will notice that this is the color shift. This is the magical pink flute. It's supposed to change colors like that in all different kinds of angles of the sun. See right there, get a little shimmy shine. And that's basically how you swim it. So now I'm gonna go ahead and get into the breaking down of my catches. I'm basically talking about what I look for while I'm fishing and where I'm casting and what I'm doing. So here I make a horrible skip. This is on a paddleboard, and I come around a bend, but I'm trying to skip behind a hole, and I'll put a little arrow right there is where I'm trying to skip, because there's a deep hole and I'm trying to parallel coming out. And I get bit instantly, and I think that fish came out of the dark hole on the left. And then once they bite me, set the hook, the fight is on a paddleboard. If you swing left, you go right. This fish actually took me into a tree, and surprisingly it stayed on. It's very difficult on a paddleboard, I will say. One of the most challenging things I've ever done. And this very next clip that I'm about to show you, it actually is very, very similar. So right here, it's almost identical to the clip I just showed you. So I make a horrible skip, but this time I'm trying to parallel that whole ridge right there, that whole line, because there's a mountain underneath there, so there's some rock. And I'm trying to get that bait to stay inside the strike zone as long as possible. And so that's what I was trying to do right there. I was trying to parallel versus throwing into the hole. So you guys could, mix it up here and there, and the same thing, fish pulls you around, you gotta adjust, fight the fish, and hopefully you guys land your whatever you set the hook into. And then this catch right here, so this is an old clip, very old clip. This cheater is one of the old cheaters. I'm not trying to show you guys the bait or anything. I'm trying to show you guys what I was doing here. And right here, I was fishing open water where there's grass underneath, and I think that's very key when fishing the cheater. You don't have to throw it just inside of heavy cover. You could throw it open water, kind of like how I did here. Boom, set the reel, boom, and then right there's where there's a bunch of grass all up and down that area, and so I'm swimming that bait right above it, and I get bit, and then that's when I set the hook, and then game on. So those are just a few ways that I like to fish this bait. I'll parallel, I'll throw inside of the, I'll parallel fish it, I'll throw inside of the bushes, and I'll throw in open water. Land the fish, game over. So that's kind of just a whole big breakdown of the Cheater Swimbait. I know I'm trying to stay focused. I'm trying to stay focused because I could go everywhere with it, but I feel like this is the best breakdown that I can give you guys with that video. So I hope you guys really do enjoy. I know it was a little bit different of a video, not me actually fishing, but me breaking down what I'm doing and how I'm throwing these baits. And if you guys like these videos, then I can do that for every single bait that I throw. It's a little bit more tedious, but I feel like it's important if you guys don't know what you're doing. And if you guys want more tips and tricks on, how to use these baits, because a lot of people don't know. And we'll get a lot better at these the more we do them. And again, thank you guys all for watching. I hope you guys have a great day, great night, whatever it is. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out. Fish on.